Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Sickler.
That's so nice. Thank you, LA. Thank you so much. Oh, that feels good. That's that hug I never got from my mom right there. That's it right there. I just want to say thank you first to everybody in here. Whatever it took for you to get in your seat tonight. Parking, babysitters, some of you probably took showers. I appreciate it, all right? Now, I know we have drinkers here, but where are the weed smokers? There we go. All right. Those are my people right there. Now, I want to be clear about this. People think I don't drink. It's not that I don't drink. I just don't drink a lot. Like, I'd say during the pandemic, I might have had 3 or 4 drinks, okay? Now, I smoke weed, all right? Now, I don't smoke daily, but I do smoke nightly, okay? I really had to reassess alcohol's role in my life. Now, I'm just talking about me, and I'm just comparing weed and alcohol for me, okay? For me, alcohol has always been that bad friend. You know what I'm talking about? Never had my back. Full of terrible decisions. You know, just a real piece of shit. But weed's been the good guy. Weed's been kind. Weed's been thoughtful. And weed has humbled me when necessary. I've been smoking weed for almost 30 years now, all right? And in that 30 years, weed's never told me to do some of the shit that alcohol's told me to do. 30 years, not one time has weed ever said to me, just go ahead and piss yourself right here. It's fine. I'm pretty sure no one's even gonna notice. It is fucking horrible advice, alcohol. Horrible. We would never tell me to piss my pants. We would be like, Ryan, what the fuck are you doing? Your 8-year-old daughter doesn't piss her pants, man. You need to get your dick behind the dumpster and get your fucking life together, man. Like, God damn, why you gotta be so good all the time? Weed helped me out with a very serious situation recently. All right, I'm a single dad, and I had to go meet my daughter's mother's new boyfriend. Okay, yeah, right? And, you know, that's never easy, but this is my life, all right? This can't be just some normal dude. This guy's got to be a cop, okay? Yeah. But I live here, like you all. He can't just be a cop. This motherfucker's got to be California Highway Patrol. He's Chips, y'all. Chip, you understand? I grew up watching Chips. It's a core memory for me. And now I got to go meet Ponch? What are we talking about? So obviously I'm insecure. And I'm nervous about this. And I'm talking to a friend of mine. He's like, you know what? Just take a shot. Just one. Just take the edge off. And I was like, no. There's no way I'm taking that asshole alcohol over there with me. I want to be the best representation of myself, okay? Not just for me, but for me and my daughter. We're a team. I want the two of us to look good. I'm not drinking before I meet this guy. I'm smoking weed before I meet his ass. And I'm glad I did, y'all. Because when I walked past that police cruiser and I peeked in that window, if I would have drank alcohol, no doubt would have said, bust his windows. And rub your dick on his walkie-talkie. But I didn't drink that asshole alcohol. I smoked weed. The good guy. The kind one. The caring one. And when I walked past that police cruiser, you know what weed said? Weed said, hey, man. Tell him he left his interior light on. He said, I know you don't want to hear this, Ryan. If we're going to break it all the way down, that's our tax dollars at work. I'm like, why are you so good? Why are you so good? I'm a big football fan. I love football. Football's fun unless you have an alcoholic friend who roots for a shitty team like the Browns. You know what I'm talking about? Those guys are the worst. You know those people. I've been in their house before. They start getting fucked up. And the Browns do what they do every week. They start getting fucked up. And what's happening next? That house is getting fucked up. I'm watching these videos of guys on YouTube throw TVs off their balconies. What the fuck are you doing? Like, do you really think we would ever encourage me to tear my house apart? No. Weed lays right next to me on the couch. Roots my favorite team's on. Says shit to me like, hey, Ryan, you know what would be really nice around here? Some holiday hand towels. Oh, hell yeah, weed! Let's spruce this place up a bit. And Weed ain't done there. Weed's like, I ain't talking about just Christmas and shit, man. I'm talking about all the holidays. Oh, you know we're getting some Halloween hand towels in here. Go get me some jack-o'-lanterns and candy corns hanging off that oven. Well, get me a scared black cat. There's Mr. Good Guy Weed's like, hey, let's not forget about our Jewish friends, man. I'm like, ooh, Hanukkah hand towels. I don't know where to get those, but I want to be festively appropriate, goddammit. And here comes that asshole alcohol. You know what alcohol would say to me. Alcohol would say, we're going to wipe our ass on those hand towels. And Weed's ready for that. Weed's like, use the Thanksgiving ones, man. They're already brown. I'm like, you fucking thought of everything, Weed. You thought of everything. Don't use the brown hand towels at her place. Now, here's the real thing about Weed, if I'm being honest. Weed would have me help an old lady across the street, okay? Alcohol would have me ask her out, all right? That's where it's at right there, okay? Now, the thing I love about Weed, too, is it's not too strong. Tonight, I'm going to fucking go out after these shows. I'm going to smoke a bunch of weed. And Weed's going to rock it with me all night long till the wheels fall off. Weed's going to take me home tonight. Yeah, Weed's going to put me in bed. And then Weed's going to get in next to me. Pull the covers up, outside spoon me all night tonight. I'm sleeping like a baby tonight. Okay, not alcohol. Alcohol wants to go out all night, too. Rock it till the wheels fall off. Alcohol wants to come home and sleep at my place, too. But see, alcohol don't want us to sleep in the bed. Alcohol wants me to sleep between my toilet and my fucking sink with my arm bent around my head while I throw my nuts up into the toilet. And then on top of it wants to shit my night pants. Weed ain't shitting my night pants. Get up in the morning, you don't even remember what the fuck happened to you. People have to prompt you. Not Weed. Weed's up. Weed's been up. Weed had breakfast. Weed had coffee. Weed took a morning shit. Weed's out walking the dog, smoking a joint, because that's how chill Weed is. It smokes itself. Now, I know you guys are in here drinking. I want you to drink. I want you to have a good time. We're here to have fun. But I also want you to get home safe, all right? So let's have an adult conversation, because it's us against those cops out there. That's it. That's what it is, okay? And you're not going to pass those tests. They're not designed for us to pass. All right, and I don't know about you guys, but anytime I've been drinking alcohol and the cops show up, alcohol don't want to cooperate. Alcohol likes me to talk a little shit. The cops show up, alcohol be like, cops, how many of them is it? I think we could take them. Ryan, I know you don't want to hear this, but if I see an opening, I'm going for his gun. Shut the fuck up, alcohol. We're not going for any cop's gun. And then you got to pass those tests. You ain't passing those tests. That cop say to me, sir, I'm going to need you to walk this line. Alcohol be like, walk it? I'm a cartwheel down this motherfucker. I'm going to hit you with a round off at the end, show you who's boss. Let's do this. You open that door up, boom, face down. And then your arms naturally float up, okay? It's an easy handcuff. It's a free knee in the neck. They're tasering me. I'm pissing on myself. It's all right here on body cam footage, and they're watching it at the precinct, laughing at me. I'm not going out like that, okay? And if I was that high behind the wheel, we wouldn't even let me drive. We'd be like, Ryan, seriously, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Pull over. This is a great time to catch up on some calls, organize this glove box, and figure out how to fix the clock on this fucking radio. I'm like, God damn, weed. You thought of everything, man. Let's pull over and see how Grandma's doing. Look, I know weed's not for everyone because I've eaten it before too, okay? Now, it's amazing to me that same fucking plant, someone should tell us in elementary school that, hey, if you smoke that and you eat that, it's two different planets, okay? Now, I'm not bulletproof. A few years ago, my cousin was turning 40, and he called me up, and he's like, look, this birthday's got me feeling my age, and I would really like to go do something, just the two of us. Let's go do something like we used to do when we were young. And I go, all right. I was excited. I was like, what do you want to do? And he goes, why don't we ride roller coasters? And I was like, I don't know about that. These roller coasters today, they're not like the ones when we grew up. And he's like, you're saying we're old. I go, that's not what I'm saying. But forget I said it. We're going to make a day out of it. And we did. The two of us went out to Six Flags Magic Mountain. Yeah, right here in Valencia, California, one of the best roller coaster parks in the world. And we got there right at 9 a.m. when the park opened. He pulls in a parking space. He throws the car in park, and he looks over at me, and he goes, hey. And it was a shady hay. Okay? Sound a lot like an alcohol hay, if I'm being honest. And he goes, we should eat these before we go in there. He holds up these two brownies, okay? Look, they're about this big. That's not that bad. They're about this thick. And I'm like, dude, there is no fucking way I'm going in that park until both those brownies are gone. And we each have a full marijuana brownie, and we venture inside the park, and we get in line for the very first ride of the day, a roller coaster called Tatsu, okay? Great. Don't worry if you don't know about it. I'm about to walk you through this shit. Now, we wait in line for 45 minutes. 45 minutes, coincidentally, happens to be the perfect amount of time for that weed brownie to give me incredible anxiety, okay? And not just about this roller coaster I'm watching go by, every decision I've ever made in my life. I'm shuffling along and weird shit's just dialing up. You know, I'm like, huh. Why do I wash my hands before I do dirty dishes? What the hell happened to tan M&Ms? Yeah. All right. By a round of applause, how many people in here remember tan M&Ms? That is not everybody. Some of y'all been living among us in a tanless M&M world. I'll tell you what the fuck happened to tan M&Ms. 1995. Mars Candy decides that 2 browns are redundant. They kill off the tans. Said they opened a vote to all of us. Said we voted blue. I didn't vote for shit. They killed tan M&Ms, and that is what happened. I looked it up for this joke. I wanted to be funny and factual. All right, let's get in line for Tatsu, because we're next. So I step in, and now you start standing. And I say to this little high school kid, I'm like, yo, where do we sit? And he goes, well, you start standing. I said, we started doing that 45 minutes ago, dickhead. And then I take that bar, and I pull it over my chest. Now, I don't know what your technique is for this, but this one's mine. I pull it so that it's far enough out, and I don't feel immediately claustrophobic. I don't feel trapped, okay? I want to ease myself into this situation, okay? And then I lean back against the backrest, and I fall forward to the shoulder harness, and I gauge how many more clicks I need on my level of fear, right? So I'll be like, ah! That's 2. Click, click. Ah! There's one click. Oh, we're good right there. It's a 3 clicker. I got room in there. I don't feel trapped or claustrophobic. I feel secure. But I hear this voice say, hey, man, I think we could slide out of this. And I was like, okay, good. My cousin's going through exactly what I'm going through. And I look over at my cousin, and he didn't say shit. But this time I hear it again with a sense of urgency. I hear, hey, man, I think we could slide out of this. And I was like, oh, my God. It's the weed brownie talking to me right now. And it's as scared as I am. And I took comfort in that. And I had an inner dialogue back with the weed brownie. I was like, you think we could slide out of this? He's like, yeah, I definitely think we could slide out of this. I was like, but do you really think I should say something to somebody? He was like, fuck yeah, say something to somebody. But what I didn't realize is I had been saying all of that out loud. And the young high school kid comes by, and this kid, he Bruce Lee's my bar, okay? 2 clicks too tight, and I lose my shit. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I'm pretty sure I don't want to do this. Some guy up front's like, dude, swallow your pride. And I was like, hey, dick, I did when I started crying. These 2 saloon doors close over my chest. A bar hits me across my knees. They lower us. We're hanging now, only connected by a bar from our spine to the track. There's nothing under us. I feel like I'm in a pterodactyl claw, getting ready to be flown off for breakfast. And I like to think that I'm a man. I like to think I'm strong, but I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was hanging in that tunnel. I was scared. I didn't know what to do, and I just started hard blinking. I was like, and I just had this moment of clarity where I was like, get a hold of yourself, you pussy. You have weed all the time. You just ate it. You're fine. Look at your cousin. He's probably fine. And I look over at my cousin. My cousin is laser focused. He looks like a pointer dog. He's like, and if I'm being honest, he looks like he died 2 days ago. But he's dialed in. I go back to freaking the fuck out. I'm like, oh my God. It is 9:53 a.m. They shoot us out of this tunnel, up this hill that's so fucking high. I swear, I saw 2 birds that were like, you gotta be bullshitting. And right at the top of the hill, my cousin snaps out of it, and he looks over at me, he goes, I want out! And I'm like, now? Dude, you suck at this. It was 14 loops in like 3 seconds. It was simulated death on a roller coaster. And we were done. I'm not embarrassed to tell y'all. I had to get help out of there, okay? I took a knee. I was like, oh my God. Oh, get off. Oh, shit. This is a microcosm of my whole life right here. I make terrible decisions. Terrible. Just one after the other. And I slowly got up. And my cousin came over. And angrily, he said, I'm sorry. Maybe we are too old for this. And I said, no, we're not. We're too high for this. No doubt about that. But we're not too old for this. I'm trying to tell you, these aren't the roller coasters of yesteryear. Okay, basically, a Decepticon just raped us in the sky. And Magic Mountain should thank us for not shitting on this quadrant of their park. And we hit the bumper cars and the log flume and called it a day. Fuck Tatsu. Fuck Tatsu. You know, I came here tonight to do this special, and I came here, I didn't even really think I was going to tell this story, but looking into your eyes, y'all look like you've seen some shit. So I feel like this is a safe space to tell these stories. All right, this is a genuine question, and I do want to hear applause if this is true for you, if it resonates for you, okay? But listen to the whole question, all right? How many people in this room have ever been in a rideshare situation, Uber, Lyft, taxi, whatever, and genuinely thought, this person's going to kill me? Listen to that. Listen to that. Okay, in a room this size, I thought under 5 people. Okay? I've been telling this story across North America on this tour. They're definitely trying to kill us, y'all. It's this every fucking night. Every night. Now, I had a couple weird things happen to me. I'm going to share how I handled it. Maybe it's something that you could take out in your world. Maybe it's even something that could save your life. So a few years ago, I was in Phoenix flying back to LA after some shows, and I ordered myself an Uber XL. Now, I always get an Uber XL, not because I have any extra money, but because I believe my chances of surviving in a bigger car are better than dying in this lunatic's Prius, okay? So that extra $11 is worth the investment in me, right? So it says that I'm getting a silver Ford Edge. And it says it's being driven by this really young white kid. And I want to emphasize young white kid. Like, this kid was like Duke University white, okay? Like that. You know what? This kid was white, okay? You got to hit the H on this motherfucker. He was white, okay? And license plate, whatever, ABC 123. So my phone buzzes. Now I step outside. I'm looking for a silver Ford Edge driven by a young white kid. And this Mexican dude pulls up, okay? I mean, tatted neck and chest in a lowered black Chevy Silverado, and aggressively hits the brakes. And that truck dips down, and he waits till it rocks all the way. And then he goes, "It's me!" And I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" He goes, "I'm your Uber." I said, "You don't look anything like Toby." And he goes, "I got a new car." I go, "It's not the car I'm worried about. Okay, get the fuck out of here, go kill somebody else." Now, I told that story recently. I had a Karen come up to me after the show. Yeah, and she got all up in my face, and she goes, "You know, that story you told about the Uber driver was racist." And I said, "What part about that was racist?" She goes, "How do you know he was Mexican?" And I said, "Oh, I'll tell you how I know he was Mexican, Karen. He had a portrait of the Last Supper airbrushed on his tailgate. That's how the fuck I know he was Mexican, Karen." You're coming at the wrong one, Karen. I happen to be a fan of airbrushed tailgates, and only Mexicans are keeping them alive. And I would simply like to say gracias, okay? I live right here, too. I've seen some beautiful Jesus pieces in traffic all around Southern California. So maybe you're the racist, Karen. Clearly, you've never been to San Bernardino. It's true. I've seen some beautiful artwork on the back. I'm sitting in traffic sometimes. I'm like, look at the rosary around those hands. I could see the wood grain in it. I could see the other side through Jesus' nail holes. Look at that. Amazing. All right. This was a little more recent. This is only a few months ago. I'm with a friend of mine named Jen, all right? Jen's a good friend, and Jen and I go out to Palm Springs. Now, Jen's a drinker. Jen's doing what Jen does. Jen's fucked up, okay? Somebody's got to be responsible in our duo, so I'm just smoking weed, okay? At the end of the night, she's like, "Hey, will you go out and drink with me for a change?" And I said, "Yeah, I will, but let me handle this. You're fucked up. I'm going to take care of everything." So the first thing I do is I map our route out to the bar. I want to know right where we're going. And I order us an Uber XL. This time, it says we're getting an older white guy with a bushy ponytail. And that just makes my asshole tight. It ain't for me. I don't like it. And it says he's driving a Chevy Astro van. And I'm like, this has got to be a typo right here. There is no way this dude's about to roll in here all the way from the 80s. And whatever, license plate ABC 123. My phone buzzes. I'm like, "Jen," says our ride's here. Now we go outside. Here comes a Chevy Astro van. I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me right now." Now the guy pulls up, and there he is. Older white dude, bushy ponytail. My asshole stays tight. Okay? Now, this is a crucial moment in this exchange. In our defense, a lot of us take these rides because we are fucked up and we're trying to do the right thing. We're trying to get home and not hurt anyone, not hurt ourselves, being responsible. So in that exchange, a lot of times we're fucked up. We don't think straight. When you walk up to that car, you make that driver ask your name. You don't just give it to him. You don't walk up and be like, "Are you here to pick up Gary?" He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm here to kill Gary." "Get in, Gary." "Yeah, it's a free one tonight, Gary." Make him ask your name. This guy goes, "Ryan." I was like, "Unfortunately, yep." And I peeped that front tag, but that's not good enough for me. I want to check the back tag. I don't want any fucking surprises. But Jen is fucked up. I grab her by the shoulders and I'm like, "Listen, sway right here. I'll be right back, okay?" So I go to the back of the van, boom, license plate checks out. I turn around to tell Jen it's all right to get in. Jen's gone. I run up to the door. She's in, slid all the way over. I'm like, "What are you doing? This is how Dateline starts." I get in, shut the door. Dude immediately makes a wrong turn out of the parking lot, and I am on his ass. I'm like, "No, we know where we're going. We know where we're going." And he starts stuttering. He gets nervous. He's like, "Man, don't worry. I know a shortcut. Don't worry. I'm going to get you there in a jiffy." And I said, "Jiffy? Nobody says jiffy anymore. This son of a bitch is going to kill us." Listen, that's right where my mind goes. All right, you can judge me all you want to, but I live my life like every gun is loaded. Okay? Every snake is a king cobra. And no matter what touches me in the ocean, it's Jaws. Okay? I know I've had seaweed hit me in the leg and I'm like, "Ah!" You ever try to walk something off in the ocean? You can't look cool doing that. You can't. So now we're rolling along, and Jen's doing what drunk girls do, and Jen's hitting this motherfucker with a shitload of unnecessary questions. I mean, just, "What's your shoe size? What are your thoughts on rotisserie chicken? Are you allergic to shellfish?" I'm like, "Shut up! What the fuck are we doing in an Astro van?" And he goes, "It's for the gig." I go, "All right, you're in a band or something?" He goes, "Nah. This is the gig." And I said, "Nah. This is the motherfucker that's gonna kill us." And now I know I need to act, and I have a plan ready. So I'm trying to lock eyes with Jen, okay? So finally I get Jen's attention. I'm like, "Jen, switch." She's like, "What?" I go over, let me go under. Boom, Jen goes over, I go under. And now I intentionally lock eyes with him in that rear view mirror. And I'm like, "Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?" You're up there doing weird shit. We're back here doing weird shit. Now, I know you want to know why I moved, and there are two reasons. The first reason, and this is just brutal honesty, if he pulls out a gun, he's going right here first, okay? Listen, this is no one's primary shot, okay? Bullets are expensive, and that's not a guarantee, okay? This is a pop, pop, pop. You can keep a piece in your hand, make a left. If that motherfucker's built different, you could swing back around. Pop, they're gone, okay? And yes, I know that's fucked up. Jen is a really good friend of mine, okay? But like I told Jen, somebody's got to tell this story. And in this story, I'm the storyteller. Jen's the drunk chick, okay? And the last thing I need is some drunk chick telling everybody how I died in a Chevy Astro van in 2022, okay? There's gonna be a lot of holes in her story and my body. Now, the other reason is because of this belt right here. Y'all see this belt? This belt and I go back to the late 1900s. I got this belt in 1996, the late 1900s. And I've had it reinforced 3 times. And I don't wear it to hold up my pants. It's not a fashion statement. I don't care if it matches my shoes. I wear this belt in case I need to kill a motherfucker. And tonight's my lucky night. So what am I gonna do? I'll show you what the fuck I'm gonna do. Remember, we're in an Astro van. So I'm going to sit behind him, and I'm going to put my foot up on that back seat just for good fucking leverage. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to get in there. Now, some of you know, some of you might not know, but in college, I was all JUCO soccer. I'm doubling up on that motherfucking seat. I still got plenty of muscle memory left. And I'm taking my belt. I'm going to lasso it right over his head, and I'm going to crank on that motherfucker's neck, and I'm going to pull myself, and I'm going to say, pull over and I'll let you live. Pull over and I'll let you live. You better do it in a jiffy. And as soon as he pulls over, I'm yanking on that belt like Santa just passed a good kid's house. Like, yeah! Like I got 9 reindeer. Rudolph's up there tonight. Yeah! And I'm not using the tightest hole that came with the belt. Fuck that hole. I'm using the hole that I made. Yeah, with that junk drawer screwdriver. When I lost 15 pounds in 2005. The hole that ain't seen the light of day in a little while, if I'm being honest. That's the hole I'm using. Yeah! And just as I get set, he says, "You're here." And I said, "You're a lucky motherfucker." And I got out of that Astro van. I wasn't done. I did that shit my dad used to do to intimidate me. I stood in his headlights and I just... And I ain't dying in no Astro van. And I rolled out of there alive to tell you that story. You're welcome. Stay strapped, y'all. Stay strapped. Stay strapped. All right. I mentioned earlier, I'm a single dad. Now, I have a daughter who's 8, and her brother just turned 18. Okay, this is my stepson. This kid's been in my life since he was 5, and I'm having a problem with him right now because he just turned 18. And I remember turning 18. You know, you feel like a man. You think you might be a little stronger. You can take the old man. The problem I'm having with him is he shot up to 6'5", okay? Yeah, I'm 5'10". He's 6'5". Now, he's built like a praying mantis, okay? Real lean, no meat on him. So there's 2 things he's doing to me around the house right now to establish his dominance under the same roof. One of them is he likes to walk past me and literally look down at me and head fake me like that. That's his move, okay? But walking by me and just head faking me like that. Because he wants to see weakness. He wants to see me flinch. And I'll tell you all what I told him. I don't get scared. I get startled. Big difference between those 2 words. You ask anybody here who's ever been in a fight, turn around, look for their friends. Scared, they're gone. They ran. Startled, if I'm with you, I'll just be, what the fuck's happened? Oh shit, okay, you want some? Okay. Just need to get my bearings about me, and I'm uppercuts and elbows all the way down. Startled, not scared. The other thing, and this is only a guy thing too, loves to walk by me and act like he's gonna backhand my ball bag. Like, loves it, loves it. See, listen to the laughter in the room. It's bassy. It's bassy because it's only guys that do this shit. Here's the thing. Every man in here has either done it or had it done to him, okay? And we don't even get mad. I know one time a guy got me so good, he was like, and I was like, oh, woo! Oh, I feel that, my spinal fluid. Ooh, somebody get a tape measure. I might be 6 foot for the only time in my life. Oh, dude, right on the tip. It stings. It fucking stings. I've had dudes do that to me at the office. Yeah, at work. Could you imagine walking into a store and seeing 2 women do that to each other? Some lady's just like, I got you, Cheryl. I got you right in your pussy, Cheryl. Keep wearing those Lululemons on casual Fridays. I'm gonna backhand that pussy every Friday, Cheryl. And then Kelly's walking back to her desk, the hero of the office, like, yeah, I got a knuckle up in there, Cheryl. Yeah. Oh, Cheryl's got a Brazilian. Yeah. Oh, who said they want to smell it? Oh, shit. D, you're terrible, D. That's why you can't come to Christmas parties no more, D. That's my stepson, and that's boys, right? I'm all boys. I have brothers. All my cousins are boys. Like, I am dick and balls all the way back to the dick and balls, all right? So when I knew I was having a girl, I was excited. I knew it would change me. I knew it would change me for the better. I knew it would calm me down. I was really looking forward to a whole different perspective. So when my daughter was 1, her mom and I split. Now, at 1, I'm still a new dad, and now I'm a new single dad, okay? And I don't know shit, okay? I know nothing. But here's what I do know. I want to be a dad. I don't want to be some babysitter. So I go to court. I fight for 50-50. Her mom and I get along. We do great. And I've got my daughter all the time since she's 1. Now, I'm every diaper. I broke the pacifier, every doctor appointment, everything. And I say that so that you know I am fucking in this. But I have no... Listen, I genuinely appreciate that, but I didn't say it for cheap applause. I really said it to set up this next story. So, because I want you to know how in this I am, but I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. At the time, my daughter's 3, and we're getting the bath ready, and I turn the water on. She goes, "Dad, can I get in while the water's running?" And I go, "Yeah." I turn around to grab something, and when I turn back around, my beautiful 3-year-old daughter is in the crab walk position with her vagina under the faucet. And I'm like, "Hey! What's going on in here?" Very innocently, she's like, "I'm cleaning my vagina." And I go, "Okay. I'm new at this, but I'm pretty sure we don't need to power wash it." I got a window in my bathroom. My neighbor hears that shit, and she yells in, "What the hell's going on in there?" And I said, "Why don't you mind your fucking business, Teresa?" She's like, "Why are you yelling and cussing at me like that?" And I said, "Well, if I'm being honest, I'm insecure, and I don't really know what the hell I'm looking at." And she goes, "Well, it sounds like she's cleaning her vagina." I go, "Yeah, that's what she said." She goes, "What's the big deal? I'm 63 and I'll still do that." I said, "We don't need to know that about you, Teresa." And I go back to this, and I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. I don't know. I'm Googling shit. You know, I'm panicking. I don't know what to do. Okay? But I do know what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to make fun of her. I'm not going to tease her. I'm going to fight everything in me. And I'm just going to attack this with positivity. And as a man who makes my living using my words, I don't always say the right thing. And I came out of the gate with, "Man, that thing's really taking a beating, huh?" That's what I said. That's what I said. And I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed, but not because of what I said. I was embarrassed because of what I forgot. I forgot the strength of a woman. I watched that little girl come out of her mom's body. I was like, yeah, fucking women are powerful, you know? And now here's where I made my mistake. I'm not expecting this to be some seasoned veteran vagina, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm doing. This thing hasn't gone through pregnancies and periods and yeast infections and all this shit you poor ladies got to go through. I thought this thing was a new desert rose. I thought we had to be soft and gentle. My daughter's waterboarding it for 20 minutes under the fucking faucet. And I don't care, one man in here, so, "Oh, whatever, you give me your ball bag. Give me the most seasoned veteran ball bag in this building night." And we put it under that water pressure I saw, and your ball starts spinning like this, you'll be like, "Oh, turn it off! Oh, please, I'll tell you all my secrets. Oh, God, I stole Grandma's wedding ring. I stole Grandma's wedding ring." And finally, I just reached in and I was like, "That's enough of that." And I go, "Hey, do you do that at Mom's?" And she goes, "She doesn't have this kind of water pressure." So, definitely tried it. But if you're keeping score at home, Dad's got better water pressure, all right? I don't know how to feel about that, but I'm competitive as fuck and I'm taking the points, all right? And at the end of that, it's quiet. And through my bathroom window, I hear, "You did good, Dad." Yeah. And I was like, Fuck you, Teresa. Fuck you and your aggressive vaginal hygiene habits. Stay the fuck out of my window, Teresa. All right. Do you guys like to get scared? Do you like to be scared? Yeah. All right. This is a story of the most scared I've ever been in my life. All right. Now, it starts with a question, and I really do want you to applause if this is something that is true for you. How many people in this room have ever had to sneak someone back into a mental institution? All right, I'll go first. Okay. So quick backstory on me. If you don't know, I'm raised by a single dad. My mom had left our family early on, and at 16, my dad dies. So the state puts us back with our mom, and our mom, if nothing, was consistent, and she immediately moved out, okay? She did. Moved in with her boyfriend. So the three of us live in this small apartment by ourselves. Now, we happen to live a quarter of a mile from a mental institution called Springfield Mental Hospital, okay? We have friends' moms who work there. One of our friends' moms was a nurse, Rita Lamb, and Miss Rita used to tell us all the time because we would drive through this mental hospital, and she'd be like, you shouldn't be doing that at night. We're like, why? And she's like, because of the lady. And we're like, who? She's like, the lady. We're like, who the fuck's the lady? She's like, don't clown the lady. She's real. And at the most inopportune times, when you're least expecting it, she'll dive on the fucking hood of your car. And we're like, get the fuck out of here. Now, you can't tell some 16-year-old kids who don't have parents and do have a driver's license, some shit like that, not expect us to drive through Springfield for the next fucking 2 years every night looking for the lady. Now, I want to explain this mental hospital. It's more like a junior college almost. It's a campus, okay? It's got a double yellow line through it. Down here on this end are people who wear wristbands, and they're allowed to walk the property. On this end are people who are like, I can't get out of this jacket, okay? That's our range on this property. They also happen to have a prison right behind it. It's a minimum security prison, a laundry facility. These guys do the laundry for the mental hospital. And fun fact, they have a softball team called the Dirty Sox. Swear to God, I've seen 2 of their games. Every game's a home game, y'all. So, senior year comes, and we're told by the school that we're getting these foreign exchange students, okay? They're from Korea, and we're told that they're Olympians. And we're like, whoa, fuck yeah, we're getting Olympians? Like, yep. And their names are Carlos and Eddie Ko. I don't know who the fuck named these kids, but that's how they're introduced to our school. And when I said, well, what sport do they play? The teacher said, ping pong. And I was like, can we pump the brakes on Olympian, like for real here? Like, now, they tell us, and they tell us point blank, me and my brothers, they're like, hey, don't get these kids in trouble. They're Olympians. They're here for a special purpose. They're I hear what the fuck you're saying. Okay, you're saying we don't have parents, and don't fuck these kids up like life fucked ours up. Okay? You're saying these kids get shit we don't get, like hugs and breakfasts. Now, Carlos and Eddie are there to train at this world-class ping pong facility we had in Maryland that no one knew we had because no one gave a fuck about ping pong like that. And they're housed at Springfield Mental Hospital. Now, hear me out. They're all the way in an old dorm down here on the left where the wristband people are, okay? Now, Carlos was the more reserved one. He was very by the book, was always back on time for curfew. But Eddie was just like us, okay? Now, I don't know if any of you had these kids in your high school, but we are the kids with no parents and people at our house Monday to Sunday, okay, for years. All right? So Eddie didn't speak the same language at all, but energy doesn't lie, man. Eddie was young like us and wanted to have fun, so he's always partying with us. And there's been a few times we've gotten him back past curfew, and now they're starting to warn us that, hey, if Eddie gets one more fucking late, he could lose his spot on the Olympic team. We're like, that's fucked up, man. So they tell us, don't fuck with him, don't fuck with him. So March of 1991, we're all partying at my place. Full moon is out. There's a nice little dusting of snow on the ground, and we let time slip away. And I look at the clock, and it's 12:30, and I'm like, fuck. And I just walk out to the living room, and I'm like, hey, who wants to help me sneak Eddie Co back into the mental institution? And my friend Eric Snyder goes, I got you. We're still friends to this day. And Eric drives a 1980 blue Camaro with glass T-tops and cow induction. Okay, this thing was tits. And Eric wouldn't let anybody drive that car. So the plan is this. He's going to drive. I'm going to sit in the passenger seat. Eddie's going to sit in the back seat. We're a quarter of a mile from this mental hospital. We're going to back out our little gravel driveway. We can drive no problem off the light of the moon on that snow. So we kill the headlights. We don't need brake lights. We're going to take off for that mental hospital. Eric's got to hit that gas, dip down the hill, up the hill. At that point, we're going to come in front of Eddie's dorm. Now, I'm going to open the door. Now, you know the light's going to go off. And back then, some of those cars would also just go for no fucking reason. Okay, so all that's going to bust us. So we turn that headlight switch. We click it to the left. Now there's no dome light. There's no buzz. We're going to be rolling slow enough. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to lean the seat forward. Eddie's going to jump out while we're moving. All right? Shouldn't be a problem. He's an Olympian. And then he's got to go over here to his dorm. He's got to pull this door. If this door's locked, we're fucked, and he could lose his spot on the Olympic team. But if this opens, he's in. And at least we got him in, and we're good. And the last hurdle of this is we're going to drift downhill. We got to pop the clutch, okay? I know some of you might not even know what I'm talking about, so I'll explain it very quickly. Popping a clutch is if you have a manual car, you put your clutch in, you drop it in second. As it's rolling down the hill, somewhere around 18, 20 miles an hour, you let that clutch out and tap that gas and whoom, stealth off into the fucking night. It's the perfect plan. Except Eric sucked at popping a clutch. Okay, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but if you fuck it up, it sounds like someone just shot a coyote. It's like, and your car's violently going, oh, God, go, stop, go. Like, we're definitely getting caught. There's Maryland State Police roaming. There's the Springfield Police roaming. And all we have to do is get down that hill, and we're fucking out. And now it's go time. So we all get in the car. Eric's driving. I'm in the passenger seat. Eddie's in the back. We back out off that gravel driveway. Boom, no headlights, no brake lights. See fine off the light of that moon. Hit that campus. Eric punches it perfect. We go right down that hill, up the hill, and right in front of that dorm where the turnabout is, we pull up. Now, I throw the door open. No light, no buzzer. I lean the seat up. Eddie Co jumps out, sticks the landing. Okay? I'm all excited. I'm like, that's a 10 Eddie. That's a 10 Eddie. And Eddie goes back to the dorm, and he's got to pull this door open. And again, if it doesn't open, doesn't fucking matter. And he pulls it, and it fucking opens. And he throws us the biggest thumbs up. And we're like, yeah, fuck yeah. Perfect fucking plan. Last hurdle. You got to pop that clutch, Eric. And Eric looks at me, and he goes, I'm scared. I go, I know you are, dude, but just listen. I'm going to walk you through it. Put the clutch in, and when I say now, you let it out, tap that gas, and we're gone. He's like, all right. We start rolling down that hill, right around 20 miles an hour. I look at him, and I'm like, now. And when Eric lets that clutch out, boom! On the glass T-tops, it's the lady! Oh, yeah. You forgot about her. Yeah. So did we. And she's saying hello right now. And she's up on those glass T-tops, and she's like, yeah! Yeah! Look, again, I like to think I'm a man, but the first thing I said was, ah! Eric looked right back at me and said, ah! I said, kill this bitch! And I'm tearing the property up. I'm grabbing the wheel. I'm like, hit the gas, hit the brakes, throw her off, run her over, back up, peel out on her, and run over again. Kill this bitch. And she's up there like Terminator, like, yeah! Banging, like, She was about to come through the glass. I took my belt off. I was going to choke that bitch upside down. I was like, you fucking, not tonight, goddamn. Just beating on that glass, like, yeah! Oh, the police come. Everyone's coming. I finally look up through the glass, And there's a Korean face staring back at me. And it's Eddie Ko. Eddie Ko forgot his gym bag in the back seat. And we had told the story of the lady to Eddie Ko. And Eddie Ko thought that shit would be hilarious. Tonight it is. That night it was not hilarious. Okay, I don't know how many of y'all have ever had a Korean Olympic Committee look into your background, but I have a file. We were immediately and promptly separated, never to see one another again. We all graduated without incident, and we went on to try to find Eddie Ko. Now, this was 91. Internet's not till 96. Can't find him. None of us have been able to find him. But I want to say one thing, for real. I clowned him about being an Olympian, but the way he held on to that car that night, he held on like an Olympian, y'all. At the minimum, Eddie Ko deserves a gold medal. Long live Eddie Ko! All right. Okay. I talk a lot about being from Baltimore, and I really genuinely believe that I'm lucky to be from that specific city as a kid with my story. So having no parents at 16, I'm looking for wisdom. I'm looking for knowledge. I'm looking for any leg up I can get in life, and I listen to everyone. And being from Baltimore, I've been very fortunate to be friends with and work with some older black men. And I'm going to tell you all right now, nobody's got the wisdom of an old black man. Nobody. They have been places I'll never be. They have seen things I'll never see. And they've done things I'll never do. So anytime an older black man will pull me to the side to drop some knowledge, I was all ears. I didn't always know what the hell they were talking about, but I did know there was truth in there. And I'm going to share my favorites with you tonight. Maybe, again, something you could take out in your world. So 23 years old, I'm going to college, all right? My Monday to Friday is 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I go to college. 3 p.m., I leave college. I drive down to Baltimore City, and I work at UPS. Shout out to UPS, Baltimore Hub, Primary 1, Joe Avenue, okay? That's when I'm there. And I work the graveyard shift. I start around 4 o'clock, work till 2 or 3 in the morning. And I've got this older black man named John Lewis who's training me on the job. And John Lewis isn't just training me about this job. John Lewis is teaching me about life. He also happens to be Reggie Lewis's uncle. I know some of you NBA fans remember Reggie, who unfortunately passed. He's a Baltimore kid. He's a big deal. There's a museum there. This is his uncle. Always rocking that gold Celtics medallion. Always telling me, like, family stories I'm not going to hear on a fucking 30 for 30. You know what I mean? I'm enamored with this guy. So one Friday night I come in, and John Lewis goes, "Ryan, what are you doing when you get off tonight?" And like I said, it could be 3 or 4 in the morning. And I was like, "I don't know, I'm probably just going to smoke a joint and go to bed. What about you, John Lewis?" And he leans in and he goes, "I'm going to fuck my wife." I was like, oh my God. It's like that, John Lewis? I'm like, what are you, a newlywed or some shit? And he goes, "No, I've been with the same woman for over 30 years. I go, holy shit. At your age, you're still fucking like that at 4 in the morning? You got to teach a young man the secret right now. And he leans in and he goes, "Ryan, you got to make that pussy pop." And the way he yelled pop, and the way I jumped, I knew I had never made a pussy pop. I didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. And I was scared to interrupt him because he broke out into a dance right on the spot. He was like, "Yeah. Somebody down here was like, 'I know that's right.'" I'm like, I don't know what the fuck anyone is talking about at all right now. But what I do know is the secret to longevity in your relationships is pussy popping, okay? So when you get out of here tonight, get home, pop those pussies, fall in love all over again, all right? That's what I want for you. Yeah, they're your pussies. Cheer for them. All right. No parents, working every day, same age, 23. I just told you about my Monday to Friday. My Saturday and Sunday is I'm a delivery driver for a junkyard. All right. Now, if you don't know about junkyards are some of the most crooked businesses in our country. All right. In the hierarchy of scumbags in this country, it goes Catholic Church, politics, NCAA junkyards, okay? Fuck the NCAA. I hate those crooks. So my job as a delivery driver, I am delivering motors, transmissions, parts all over Maryland, Virginia, D.C., West Virginia. And one day, they tell me that I need to go to Baltimore City to pick up this specialist named Meso. Now, I've never met Meso, but Meso's specialty is rolling back odometers, okay? Now, I know some of you don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm gonna make this make sense real quick for all of us. Let's say collectively we own a 1990 Honda Civic with original rims. That's for the OGs right there. And let's say that car has 200,000 miles on it. If Meso rolls it back to say 100,000, we're doubling our money on that car, right? So they tell me I need to go pick Meso up one day. And I've never met Meso, and I'm going to a neighborhood in Baltimore City that you might recognize from The Wire, okay? I have no business in this neighborhood, but your boy's got business in this neighborhood. And I'm sitting out front waiting for Meso to come out of the house. And this tall, slender black man comes out. He's got a Kangol on, and he's not carrying a toolbox. This dude's got one of those alligator doctor house call bags. You know what I'm talking about? That little one. I was like, oh, this is a bad motherfucker right here. So he gets in, and I drive him out to the junkyard. Now, I'm dying to ask him about what he does because I love the criminal mind, but I don't have the balls to jump right into it. So I drop him off, and he goes about his day rolling back odometers, and I go about my day delivering parts. And at the end of the day, they tell me I need to take Meso back home. And I've tried to work up the courage to talk to him about what he does. And I'm driving him back, and I puss out, I straight up puss out. And we get to the front of his place, and he opens the car door, and he puts one foot out. And I go, Meso, hold up. Just tell me a little bit about what you do. And in that brief conversation, I say, man, that's something. And he leans back in, and he goes, that ain't shit. He goes, you want to know what something is? And I leaned in, and I was like, fuck yeah, I want to know what something is. He goes, all right, Dad. Next time your dick's hard. I was like, wait, what? Hold on a second, man. We've been talking about odometers all this time, and now you got my dick hard. And I don't know how you're going to roll that back. And he got mad. He goes, you want to know what something is? And I got scared. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, but please, I need to know what something is. He goes, all right, Dad. Next time your dick's hard, put it in your left hand. Then put your right one over it. He goes, if there's anything still sticking out of the top, that's something. And got the fuck out of the car, and I never saw him again. That's what he said. That's what he fucking said. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know if that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life or if it's the smartest shit I've ever heard in my life. But I'd be a liar if I didn't tell y'all that night when I went home, you bet your ass I tried to see if I had a little something. I had all my dick skin pulled back. I was like, oh my God, I think I got 5 skin here, but I'm bleeding, but I think I got something. I'm bleeding, but I think I got a little something. So ladies, when you're home tonight, getting ready to get your pussies popped, and your man's taking a lot longer in the bathroom, and that's definitely gonna happen, just please cut him some slack. He's trying to see if he's got a little something, all right? Los Angeles, thank you so much. I'm Ryan Sickler, thank you.